going to take a look at Anna Claire's October 12, 2014 athlete evaluation. You're going to see her running full speed here, followed by half speed or 50%, and then you're going to see 10% speed and frame by frame. We've got a whole lot of work to do, and I'm glad that we're doing private training with her, because we're going to need to really reconstruct her whole entire form from top to bottom. She's very loose and very sloppy. Things are in a lot of awkward places that we need to fix. We're going to start with her head. You see how she has a tendency to tilt her head back, and then you can almost see on her face how she's straining. Gotta relax all that. Too much pressure, too much tension up top. She's opening up her chest, as you can notice there how it's kind of pointing out towards the other side, and then dropping that hand over in front of the chest. So all those are very slow moves. Got to get the tension and got to get control of her arms, and got to get them in the right places in order for that to help her gain momentum and be faster. So again, we're gonna kind of work from the top and go down, and we'll kind of see what we see here. And we're going to stop here, and you'll notice how the blue line that's splitting her there should go from her belly button. It should split the two of her eyes. That's just showing you how off balance she is. I mean, I've seen worse, but she's definitely off balance there and off axis, so we need to work on that. She's got a very low arm drive, so her arms actually her elbows flare out, and that causes her arm to go across the body, which shortens her stride on her upper body kind of stroke. So we need to fix that. So we can gain as much momentum with the upper body as we can, but it's just got to be in the right position, which is more of a hip to pocket move. Here's where everything really goes wrong. Her hips are out of place. She's got an extremely low knee drive. She's a relatively tall kid, a very tall kid actually, and she's not using her stride to her advantage at all. So very low knee drive, covering very small amounts of ground per step. Her legs are extremely loose and just kind of flailing kind of behind her. And you'll notice how her back leg is actually almost like tucked behind the other leg. And that's a very bad position to be in. So a lot of work with the lower body. We might even have to do some slow motion, over exaggerated type movements, so that she can understand what it should feel like and what it should look like to run in the right motion or manner. So definitely kind of eye-opening there to look at that. Going forward a little bit more, we're going to take a look at her impact point, and you'll see here with her impact point, she's actually offline with that as well, off axis I should say. You can see the correct line there with the orange with the blue indicator. This is causing her to be slower than she should be, but it's also causing a lot of undue pressure on the ankles, hips, and knees. And this can cause an overuse injury, especially in females. They're a little bit more susceptible to knee problems and ankle problems. So we want to kind of fix this from a speed perspective, but also from an injury standpoint. We don't want her kind of prematurely getting hurt if she doesn't need to be. So again, slow motion drills is probably what we're going to have to do to recommend that for her. Here I've just inserted a few athletes, and you can kind of get an idea of what the form should look like, with the elbows being tucked in, the hands going to the eye, really relaxed upper body, a great knee drive with the toe kind of dorsiflex up. And here you'll see somebody who's very tall, Usain Bolt. He's striding out, but he's not overstriding, as you can see. He's striking directly on the balls of his feet and landing up underneath his body, which you should be. So he's doing a good job there. Here you can see how much momentum he's generating with his upper body, how flat and horizontal his knee is, and again, the way the feet are impacting the ground, everything in a straight line, a straight plane. So that's kind of what we want to emulate and mimic for her to help her explosiveness. Got to teach her a little bit of almost how to jump here. So her form was not too good here, and that's kind of impacting her score. But we'll work on that and teaching her how to control her body and how to actually generate momentum so she can jump higher and further. A person or an athlete who can jump far or jump high is an explosive athlete. So usually if you can do that, you're very quick as well. So we want to get those numbers up as high as we can get them. And that'll help her initial 2, 3, 4, 5 steps on that soccer field. That's very important to cover space and cover ground quickly. Last thing we're going to look at here, video-wise, is her lateral speed. She scored 9 reps, and again, with her length and her athletic ability, she should be scoring way more than 9. She should definitely be up into the 12 and 13 range. So we need to work on her lateral speed as well, and that's just maybe a comfort thing because it's not a normal motion. So we'll have to work with her on that. Looking at her breakdown of her scores, you'll see here push-ups, it's average, decent. We can definitely work on that. Sit-ups, same thing. Definitely want to work on her core strength. Definitely her balance and her leg strength is we need to work on that, and also her hip flexors. Want to see that 10-yard and get down to the low 2s, high 1s if we can. And also continue to work on her flexibility, which will allow us to do some of the things that we need to do. But all in all, she's very athletic. We have no problem getting what we need to get done. We just got to get to work. Thank you.